Hey guys, let's start today's football news and know what has happened in the past 24 hours. What did Haaland say on his future club? Will Benzema miss Euro 2020? Real Madrid may lose Varane. Barcelona economic crisis. Barcelona looking for another major signing soon. Let's quickly find out all of these in this video. Before starting this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Let's start our today's video with yesterday's fixtures and their results. Portugal defeat Israel by 4 goals in their friendly match, while in another friendly games between United States and Costa Rica, United States were able to win by 4 goals lead. Real Madrid are ready to sell Manchester United linked centre-back Raphael Varane for €50 million, according to Mundo Deportivo. The Blancos may be forced to cash in on the 28-year-old before he becomes a free agent in 2022 as he continues to stall on extension negotiations. United are poised to swoop in, with it reported that Varane is set to be offered a €12 million per year deal at Old Trafford. The Gunners are looking at replacements for the Switzerland international, who could soon be a Roma player. Arsenal and Roma are stepping up talks over a deal for Granit Xhaka, with the Gunners eyeing Wolves midfielder Ruben Neves as a possible replacement. Discussions have been going on between the clubs for the past fortnight, but have yet to reach a successful conclusion for the Switzerland international. The Blaugrana are ready to offload a number of first-team players amid a mounting financial crisis at Camp Nou. Felipe Coutinho, Miralem Pjanic and Samuel Umtiti are among the players Barcelona could sell as the Catalan giants seek to cut costs. Goal can confirm. Barca are currently dealing with debts in excess of €1 billion, having been one of the clubs that have suffered most from losing matchday revenue during the coronavirus pandemic. Big money swap deal could be on the cards. Atletico Madrid have offered Saul Niguez to Manchester City in exchange for Bernardo Silva, reports The Times. Both players are believed to be unsettled at their respective clubs, so Atletico view a swap deal as a cost-effective way of strengthening both sides. The Spanish side value Niguez at around €70 million. It looks like Paul Pogba is set to leave Manchester United. ESPN have looked at various potential destinations for the midfielder, with Juventus having been the club's strongest link with the Frenchman. However, Real Madrid and Barcelona have consistently been mentioned too. This could become one of the sagas of the transfer market. Man City star touted for Camp Nou switch. Barcelona have identified Manchester City winger Raheem Sterling as a transfer target, according to Sport. The Spanish giants want the 26-year-old to be their marquee signing of the summer, but acknowledge the fact they will first have to sell players to raise funds for a deal. Barca are in mountains of depth at the moment, but are hoping to reduce their wage bill by offloading the likes of Felipe Coutinho, Miralem Pjanic, and Samuel Umtiti. Bayern Munich are set to revive their interest in Chelsea winger Callum Hudson-Odoi, according to The Times. The German side first targeted the England international 2 years ago, but Chelsea rejected a string of bids upwards of €35 million. However, the Blues are willing to consider offers for the 20-year-old this summer, with Bayern now ready to make a move. Real Madrid have made Raphael Varane an offer to extend his contract at the club, but they are yet to receive a response from the French centre-back. The 28-year-old, who has a contract until June 2022, has won everything at Real Madrid and has attracted interest from the likes of Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain. The forward appeared to be injured in a clash with Bulgaria defender Ivan Turitsov during the first half at Stade de France. France striker Karim Benzema limped out of Tuesday's friendly against Bulgaria in a worrying sight for Les Blues. Inter appear ready to sell their star fullback. Chelsea and PSG have both made €60 million offers for Achraf Hakimi, according to Gianluca Di Marzio. Inter will likely be forced into selling the 22-year-old due to the club's unstable financial situation, and there are no shortage of suitors. Borussia Dortmund will sell Jadon Sancho to Manchester United if they receive a suitable offer by the end of July, Bild claims. United and Sancho have been in agreement on personal terms for more than a year, but the Red Devils did not make a high enough offer to Dortmund last summer. This year could be different if United bid €93 million plus an additional €23 million in add-ons. Kepa Arrizabalaga will join up with the Spain squad this Tuesday as part of the group of reserve players who are on standby for Euro 2020. Luis Enrique has already called up the likes of Raul Albiol, Rodrigo Moreno, Pablo Fornals, Carlos Soler and Brais Mendes, who are waiting in the wings in case there are any injuries or possible COVID-19 cases, following Sergio Busquets' positive test result. England's Euro 2020 group games at Wembley Stadium will be the first sporting event at which vaccine passports will be used in the UK. UK-based ticket holders must show proof of full vaccination, with both doses having been received at least 14 days before the match. Those not fully vaccinated must show proof of a negative lateral flow test taken within the previous 48 hours. England play Croatia in their opening group game on Sunday. The centre-back took to social media to reveal that he had been a victim of online attacks after the US topped Mexico in the finale. U.S. men's national team defender Mark McKenzie revealed that he has been subjected to racial abuse following Sunday's CONCACAF Nations League final. And in the wake of that mistake, McKenzie has been targeted by racial abuse on social media, despite the USMNT's trophy-winning triumph. Nuno Espirito Santo is set to replace Roy Hodgson at Crystal Palace, according to The Telegraph. The Portuguese stepped down from his role as Wolves head coach at the end of the 2020-2021 campaign, and is now in advanced talks to take the top job at Selhurst Park. Lille, Monaco and Lyon are all in the hunt for Independiente winger Alan Velasco, according to Foot Mercado. Brighton have also been linked with the 18-year-old, who has been compared to fellow Argentine Sergio Aguero. Brighton have placed a €50 million price tag on Ben White in an attempt to ward off interest in the England defender, according to the Mail. White's displays have also caught the eye of Manchester United, Arsenal and Liverpool, though Brighton hope the sizable price tag will ward them off for now. Now, let's move to the major news of the day, starting with Barcelona transfer news. Barcelona were doing exceedingly well in the transfer market, having already announced 3 signings. But business seems to be slowing down for the Catalan Giants. The Blaugrana's new board of directors, however, have made one thing very clear. They are a very different regime to that of Josep Maria Bartomeu, as they want whoever wants to play for Barcelona to show their desire to join the club. Laporta has often mentioned that he has been guided by Johan Cruyff when making decisions about the club and has adopted the Dutchman's thought that if anyone has doubts about playing for Barcelona, then they are no longer useful to the team. Real Madrid defenders Rafael Varane and Sergio Ramos are both on Thomas Tuchel's radar as potential additions to his squad this summer, according to Defensa Central. It is claimed our German head coach is keeping his options open on potential signings to strengthen our backline ahead of next season, and the real pair are at the top of his list. However, while Defensa Central claim both players top Chelsea's shortlist, the Blues are reportedly only looking to sign one of the pair this year. The Manchester City forward has admits that he is thankful to be with the squad having been sent home from duty last year. Phil Foden has thanked Gareth Southgate for his handling of a controversy in September last year that saw both him and Mason Greenwood dropped from England duty. The pair were sent home for breaking COVID guidelines after they made their international debut on a trip to Iceland, amid allegations of inviting girls back to their hotel room. However, Foden returned to the international setup amid a run of sensational form for Manchester City. Ahead of the European Championship, the 21-year-old remains grateful to England boss Southgate for giving him a second chance. Erling Haaland is keen on a move to Chelsea this summer, according to reports. The Champions League holders are currently exploring the possibility of a deal for the Borussia Dortmund striker before the end of the transfer window. However, the cost to sign the Norway international would be in excess of €150 million, while the 20-year-old is also understood to be demanding a salary in the region of €300,000 a week. But according to The Telegraph, Haaland is interested in a switch to Chelsea and is attracted by the prospect of joining Thomas Tuchel's side. The report also claims that Chelsea are fully aware of the difficulty of signing Haaland this summer. According to Le Parisien, Mbappé will make his decision on his future once he sees Paris Saint-Germain's project, as he wants the French club to fight for every trophy available, including the Champions League. Mbappé has already stressed on several occasions that the main factor that will determine his decision is whether he thinks he can achieve major success at the club. Kylian Mbappé has spoken glowingly about Bayern Munich while revealing Lucas Hernandez has urged him to join the Bundesliga giants. Mbappé has been heavily linked with a big money move to Real Madrid ahead of the summer transfer window, having yet to reach an agreement with Paris Saint-Germain over a contract extension. However, the 22-year-old says that Hernandez has been trying to convince him to choose a different path while away on international duty with France. Comment down below your thoughts. What will be the score in upcoming fixtures between Japan versus Serbia?